Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and today we're going to be reviewing the follow-up to 2018's Spider-Man PS4 game with Spider-Man Miles Morales. And I really enjoyed 2018's game, and I enjoyed this one as well. Follow-up follows Miles Morales as he kind of is trying to figure out his place as Spider-Man. And I really kind of enjoy that aspect where, Peter's away and Miles has to deal with the situation. And him not sure and handling things a little bit differently. It's him just finding who he is. So the one thing that's happening is there's the Underground and they're going against Roxxon. And basically Miles is going to try to stop it. He reunites with a former friend, Finn, who he does discover is the Tinkerer, and now he has to stop her. And it's kind of a really good dynamic, I really feel, but I really wish they explored a little bit more of their friendship. At least we had that little flashback sequence toward the end of the game, which I did enjoy, and there's a really cool Peter Parker reference with Otto Octavius, which is really cool. I will say, one of my favorite parts about this game is the combat. I really enjoyed 2018's combat. The aspects they added with Miles Morales is so cool. I really like the bioelectricity, how you can just kind of supercharge it up, get the Venom Punch, the Venom Dash, the Venom Slam, all the Venom stuff. It's just a really cool aspect to it. I like some of the gadgets that you can use also, like the gravity mine. You can shoot the little thing, electricity bomb. There's some really cool things they add to it. And it changes up the pace of the combat a little bit, which I really like. I will also say the camouflage ability that Miles has is really well used in this. The most example is when he's trying to kind of camouflage around the criminals. And you kind of have to time it a little bit because it doesn't last forever. And you have to kind of start thinking of how you're using this. One of the best examples is when one of the side missions, you kind of have to kind of get around the cops to get clues, and you kind of have to figure it out because they don't want you to be there. And I really like that. But yeah, I really enjoyed this game. Now I will say, it's not the longest game in the entire universe. To me, this game, it's not the longest game in, compared to the 2018 one. But I think that's just because they wanted to get this out for the PS5. And luckily they released a PS4 copy, because I'm not buying a PS5 yet. And it kind of shows it's not very long, but there's a lot of things in it. You kind of have sound missions, side missions, and the main game. It's definitely a really enjoyable game to play. I really like the story of Miles trying to figure out what's the Tinkerer's plan and going through that. And it's kind of cool that they're using the Tinkerer. I will say, though, the boss battle with Rhino was really cool. I like how we get at the beginning with him and Spider-Man, and then you get later on when he's now been Roxxonified, and the differences in battle. That was really cool. But yeah, I really enjoy this game. Now let's talk about one of the interesting things with games is kind of glitches. There's not too many in this game when I was playing it. It was very smooth throughout. It didn't really drop any frame rates or nothing. It played very smooth. But one of the most interesting things that happened in this game was throughout it, when there's kind of changing the costumes for Miles, like he was in a civilian to Spider-Man suit, his basically character model disappeared in one scene in the flashback. Like Finn was just like near nothing, and then all of a sudden he appeared. One, he was a floating head, and the other one, he was still not on the screen again. So that was weird. And I will say there's still a lot of suits in this game. Not as many as 2018, but there's still a lot. And one of my favorites, there's two favorites. There's the Spider-Verse suit, which is just awesome. Makes it look like the movie. But then there's the Bodega Cat suit, where you actually have the cat. That is just a hilarious suit once you finish the game. It's one of my favorite suits of this entire game. But yeah, I will say the story to this was really decent. It was really enjoyable to play this game. I didn't feel like it was too short of a game. I think the story was still long enough. There's a lot of interesting aspects to it, and it kind of flows really nicely. And I really enjoyed the parts with Miles and the Prowler. Prowler being his Uncle Aaron. And I really liked how they explored their relationship a little bit. And it's a lot for Miles to realize that he's basically the Prowler. He's a supervillain. He kind of learns why his father didn't really want him to be around. But those scenes with them were really well written, and they were really a good part of the game. But But yeah, if you haven't played Spider-Man Miles Morales, I would definitely recommend it. It's a really enjoyable game. It's a great follow-up, and I cannot wait for the next Spider-Man game. And this game does tease a little bit about what that might be about, and I'm really excited about that. But that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.